Hello, just doing a quick walk around video on my 1991 Suzuki Cappuccino. This vehicle will be offered April 1st at Auctions America. I have done quite a few photos, interior and exterior, but I felt a walk around video would be a nice added thing to have for the listing. Just to give you some information real quick, I have had this car since the first week of November, and I can confidently say that this is probably the first legally imported Cappuccino under the 25-year rule. These cars became legal in November. This car was landed November 9th. And I had the documentation in the photos to prove that with the stamp from customs. I understand that there has been a couple people that have gotten theirs earlier, and I am not arguing that this is the first ever to be imported. I'm just saying this is the first to be imported under the 25-year rule. Car has a clean title. Since I've had the vehicle, I have thrown on a new set of tires all around. The vehicle did come with a very low pro set of tires. I decided to go with a tire that had a little bit more meat on it, because the low profile tire, when I was driving around, it was extremely, I should say, uncomfortable. I've also personally done a full clay bar, compound, wax and sealant process, and this car is in really good shape. Only just under 67,000 kilometers as it is now, and that mileage is verified. These do have a 5-digit odometer, so I went and spent a little bit extra money to make sure that the mileage was indeed correct. And I could say that to find a Cappuccino in as good a condition as this one is somewhat rare. A lot of these things have high mileage, or the mileage is just unknown. A lot of these vehicles have parts missing, paint fade, emblems missing, especially the driver's seats are missing. A lot of them come with aftermarket parts, but I was lucky enough to find this one in as good a shape as it was. Just the exterior, I think when I've got the vehicle, this cap on this mirror was missing. Unfortunately, I couldn't just go and find a cap for this mirror, so I had to search around, and I had to order a whole other set of mirrors just to get this cap. So the purchase comes with another set of mirrors, because I just didn't want to sell it without that piece, and it wouldn't have looked right. So anyways, going back to the Cappuccino, there was only 28,000 of these vehicles produced, and these vehicles came with the 3-cylinder turbocharged motor, approximately 660 cc's. And I will go ahead and first let me pop the hood. And I'll also be able to do a cold start because I just drove out here real quick, and you'll see. So here's the cold start, and you'll see that there are no check engine lights whatsoever. That little caution light right there is only because my door is open. As you can see, 66,917. Motor's running good. Since I've had the vehicle, I've done oil change, spark plugs, new battery, new alternator. That was not an easy find. I had to grab that from Japan. Coolant is good. New air filter. Excuse me. The headlights were a little bit faded, so I went ahead and had those done the right way. So they're good to go. They're not going to refade back up on you. Now I don't have documentation of a timing belt change, but there was a Mitsubishi timing belt sticker on there. So sometime within the 66,000 kilometers, the timing was done on this vehicle. We've had it up on the lift. There seems to be no evidence at all of any oil leaks, no leaks whatsoever from the rear main seal. Everything looked really good. And let me get a quick shot of the chassis code right here. As you can see, that's 307. So I would imagine that this being a 1991, that this was a very low production numbers at 307. Oh, let me also a shot of the rear muffler here. And let me go ahead and rev it up. You see there's no smoke or anything. These things are very high revving motors, as you saw from the RPM gauge. It has a 8500 red line on there. But anyways, back to the maintenance I was talking about. Everything is in perfect running order. AC works, heat works, radio works. I believe I said new battery. Yeah, everything's really clean. Car runs really good. Let me close this back up. Also, when I did the detail on this, I took off the emblems all around the car, and that way it just looks really good. You're not going to see any of the gunk and grime that gets all around the emblems and behind it, in between the letters. It looks really good. I believe that exhaust is the only thing that's aftermarket, but I can tell you that it is not loud at all. And as you can see, I'll get nice and close to that so you can see the detail work on there. There you go. Roof is good looking, and I'll get into that too. This is a 4-way adjustable hardtop roof. I will say, besides the AutoZam that came out after this and has the same motor in it, this is probably one of the coolest key cars that were produced. Alright, let me turn off the motor just for the sake of sound. So there she is. Let me get into the interior, I believe. Now, here's one of the rare things you'll hardly ever see on these cars. The driver's seat is in awesome condition. Almost every single Cappuccino that you see for sale, or that I've seen, very, very few of them still have the factory seat. And I'll tell you why. Is Japanese leather is not that good. But whoever had this thing, well, let me finish my statement. Japanese leather is not all that good, and it tends to just crack and fade and bust up very quickly. But whoever had this car took very good care of it. I mean, look at the bolster. Not a hint of wear. I mean, it's in really good shape. The floor mats. Also, this car is going to come with another set of floor mats because this leather piece that says Cappuccino on the ones that came with it was really torn up. All the leather was gone. So I went ahead and I had some shipped over that are in much better shape, as you'll see on the other side there. I'll show that on the other side. Steering wheel is in great shape. No cracks or fading, anything like that. Horn works. Still has the factory knob. Also, another big thing on these cars is the headliner. You'll see if you ever try to find another headliner or other car, these headliners are usually sagging pretty bad. This one is still tight, perfect, no problems at all. Let me go over here to the driver's side. Also, there is no space behind the seats. I know that's probably going to be a question. Also, I forgot, I'm sure the windows are working. Windows work good. It's a little bit slow because the car is off. When it's on, that motor definitely goes up a lot faster. Go over here to the driver's side, or passenger side. As you can see, just really great condition. Another thing too is these dashboards, you'll find they're all cracked up and messed up. This one did not have the wood grain package. You'll see sometimes they did come with a factory wood grain package, but honestly, I don't like it. It looks ugly. As you see, like I said, this is leather right here, so you step on that, a lot of times that stuff will just rip up and it's all white underneath. So I wanted to just give a new set of floor mats on there. Again, I don't think anybody has ever sat in this passenger side. I'll show the headliner here. Let's see, what else is there? It's such a small car. There's not much to showcase. There's your center console with the gas. There's your hood release in there. Here's your controls. That is a factory radio. It doesn't look like a factory radio, but that is definitely a factory radio. It does not pick up US frequencies, so if you would like to enjoy that, you will have to put an aftermarket one in there. Alright, so let me quickly just start getting into the roof here. I didn't show the driver's side door here. All in good condition. So it's pretty easy. I'm going to set the camera down and I'll go through the different configurations. And alright, I'm back. I took both of the sides off, and this is the T-top option. Both of those pieces just come right off real easily. And that is the, if you choose to do that, you don't have to go full T-top. Sometimes when I'm driving, if it's hot enough or it's nice enough, I'll just pop off the driver's side one real quick and throw it in the driver's seat or passenger seat and just ride around like that. But that's a T-top. See if I can get some better. And let me take off the other ones. I'll go to target top. Alright, back, and now I have the middle taken out, and I'm just going to be on, this is the target top. Alright, and I'm going to do this by hand because I'll need both hands for this one. Now this is solid, all glass, and all you have to do is just come over here to this little lever, hit that handle, and that's going to come loose, and all you do is just drop that, and that doesn't take away any trunk space at all. So there's your full convertible option. Okay, now I'm going to go here and show you the trunk where these panels fit right into perfectly. Alright, so we're going to open the trunk here. Also pretty cool. Here's the covers for the for those right there, and I'm going to show that. But I wanted to show you all this real quick. The full roadside kit. The roadside kit is fully intact, including the jack. So, I'm going to cover this back up. And as you can see, it's a very small trunk. You're not getting a golf. You're not getting your golf club bag in there, that's for sure. You're going to have to put that into the passenger side. But let me go ahead and get these wrapped up and put in here. That's another thing too. A lot of times, those roof covers are usually gone when you try to find these things. The roadside kit usually ripped out. A lot of times kids like to get these things and just pull all the weight out and, you know, rip around in them. But let me go ahead and pause this and I'll show you how it goes in there. You just slide them into these sleeves right here. It gives you full instructions, and I'll show you that they fit perfect here in just 1 second. Alright, so there we are. We have them in the covers, wrapped up, and they tuck in there nice and neat. Yeah, they made this trunk just big enough to fit those things in, and that is about it. You might be able to get a wallet on the sides. That's about it. So there she is. 1991 Suzuki Cappuccino. Runs beautifully. Since I've had it, I've had an amazing time with it. This thing just loves to be driven, and driven hard. I mean, it'll rev up to 75, 8,000, 9,000 RPM effortlessly. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer any and all questions. I only got a couple minutes here on my time. I'll try to get some nice side view shots here. Also, these things are very small, but until you see it in person, I could tell you that you just can't even prepare yourself for how small this thing really is until you see it in person. I did a lot of research on them, the measurements, and I put the tape measure on the ground. I knew it was small, but I mean, I'm telling you, until you see it in person, it's it's an amazing little car, and it turns a lot of heads. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment. Like I said, this vehicle will be going to Auctions America April 1st. I had a Toyota Century go to Auctions America last year, and it did amazingly well. It was a beautiful car. I still miss that car to this day. But there she is. Just absolutely wonderful condition. '91 Suzuki Cappuccino. First federally legal cappuccino to be imported under the 25-year rule. Thank you.